Can you believe it's actually only been 1 week since I last recorded and uploaded a video? Because it sure feels like it's been like 3 weeks, and I'm only recording this, and I'm recording it actually directly after a Roadrunners game, because I am just absolutely so fed up with this team right now. So this video is going to be like a special video that I'm like video-ish series, like mini-series that I want to create, in which I don't bring up any stats or anything like that. I just talk purely from what I saw, and stats I already know, like I'm not going to go look up stats, and just speak from the heart sort of aspect. And frankly, it's a little bit embarrassing right now calling them my favorite team because of their current 5-game lose streak. Yes, 5 games. I mean, that's bad. That's real bad. I don't know what else to say about that. That's the only other time that we've had a losing streak this kind of bad, I guess, was we've had 2 4-game lose streaks previously. And beyond that, we haven't. Like, we've been pretty good. Like, those were our longest streaks until now, and now we've lost 5. We lost 2 to the Checkers in Charlotte, and now we've lost 3 at home against the Goals. And that's really embarrassing, and that's really frustrating because, I mean, I don't think I've seen 3 straight losses at home yet this year, and especially not right in a row where there's 3 games in 4 days. And yes, this is a young roster, and I can just go blame everything and be like, oh, these kids are young, you know, they're not used to playing this sort of setting. I mean, we have Kyle Wood's a rookie, Christian Fisher was a rookie, Perlini was a rookie, now 2 of those guys are gone, Ryan McKinnis is a rookie. I mean, we have a lot more rookies than that, but point is, like, we have a lot of young guys, so it's like, are we going to expect us to do phenomenal and do great in a league where plenty of other teams have seasoned vets of like 10 years or so around there? No, we're not going to be perfect, especially after the Springfield Falcons, where we came from. We're just atrocious. So I really don't expect us to be like, you know, knocking on the door to go get the Calder Cup or anything like that. I mean, I think we're good, but I don't think we are that good. Like, I think we have a possibility of actually winning the Calder Cup, but I don't think we're like, you know, the best team out there. Like, we're gonna slump. And this slump is not subject to just being a young team, is what I'm trying to say. This slump is for 3 reasons that I've come up with, and 3 very, very, very frustrating reasons that I've noticed over these past 3 games. First of all, I just want to talk very quickly about just sort of, I think our biggest problem right now is just no puck luck. I really hate to use that term, but I mean, there are times where you just feel it, nothing, especially like when you play NHL games, like NHL 16 or 17 or really whatever one you play. There are just those games where you just don't have puck luck. Like, you're getting pucks on net, and you know, you're working, you're winning battles, and then it's just not going in. And in the case for the Roadrunners, it's not as good as you'd want it to be. We're not always winning battles. In fact, we're losing a lot of them. So we don't have puck luck in that instance either, but when we're getting shots on net, they're not like they're bad shots. They're really good shots, and they're just not going in. Like, there are plenty of opportunities that we've had in which in the past we had them and they went in, and you know, we're winning 4-1, but now the goals aren't going in, and we just lost tonight 3-0. Like, that's the first shutout we've had at home, I'm pretty sure. So there's just no puck luck. And honestly, I think this puck luck is just sort of a byproduct of these other 2, I should say, keys to why we're losing. The opposite of keys to success, or the keys to the game. Yes, keys and the reasons why we are losing. The puck luck is just sort of, I think, a byproduct of that, because when you're not feeling it and you're not having confidence, which, I mean, I get that from the guys. Like, when I, like, step down into the rink and I arrive at the arena, I just don't feel the same, like, confidence and enthusiasm. Like, I almost just don't feel as engaged in the game. And I can feel that this team is just not feeling it right now. I mean, it's hard when you've lost 4 straight to then go win the next one. Thank goodness they have a break, but yeah, this puck luck is definitely because of things haven't been going right, because of these next 2 reasons, and now their attitude is just, like, dwindling. It's just, their morale is really going down. I personally really dislike special teams generally right now for the Roadrunners, because I love Hunter, my little boy that I got the jersey of. I love him so much, and he doesn't play on either the PK or the power play, despite me believing, and probably a lot of other people believing, that he deserves to get a chance on there. And And why doesn't he why doesn't he play on those? Well, it's because we happen to have like the same exact guys playing on the PK and on the power play, which is a humongous problem. It's really frustrating because the guys that are playing on our power play and our PK are pretty much guys who just play strictly on the top line and on the second line. Well, granted, yes, they're good players. I think we need to get some more guys in there because honestly, those aren't the only good guys on our team. I mean, maybe it's just personal bias, but I think, you know, fourth liners, third liners really need to get in there more. Hunter needs to play more. I mean, Connor Garland could probably have a shot at the power play unit just to get some confidence back because I don't think he's having the season right now that he really expected to have, or, you know, I don't think anybody expected him to actually be struggling as offensively as he is now, and especially now that he's injured, that's just adding another, you know, another problem into the mix. The reason that our special teams is so terrible, I think the main problem actually is that we are reusing the same guys way too much. And I think we just need to sort of juggle things up and just try to find a sweet spot again. Because we had a sweet spot for a time and then Fisher left and then things have just sort of like just toppled and just sort of started to mess up and everything. Because we're getting so many injuries and it's just really frustrating. But then from beyond that, our biggest problem with that is that our top power play unit has absolutely no chemistry, which sort of brings me into my next point, and my biggest point is Anthony Duclair, and I really think Anthony Duclair is actually killing the Tucson Roadrunners. Anthony Duclair is a top liner in the AHL because why? Well, you know, he was a good rookie last year in the NHL. So if he already has a year of experience in the NHL, why would he not be a top liner in the AHL, right? Well, he shouldn't be a top liner in the AHL for multiple reasons. First reason being he hasn't earned it. I mean, he's had a terrible season in the NHL. So, yes, you have a terrible season in the NHL, so you're sent down. So you're still an NHLer, so yeah, you get on the top line. But he hasn't had a great time here in Tucson either. Like, I'm pretty sure he has 1 goal, and that's it. I mean, he might have 2 points because I think he got an assist in his first home game here. But beyond that, I mean, just watching him, I cringe. Like, every time we get in the zone, it's just, he tries to do too much and stick handle too much. And it's like, no, you don't need to be Patrick Kane. This isn't a shootout. Like, no, stop it with the hands. Pass the puck. Like, just get on with it. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. I mean, he's already gotten on 2 breakaway opportunities and then like 1 half breakaway opportunity in like his 4 games here, and he only scored on none of them. Literally none of them. Like, this is a kid that's been in the NHL, done good, and then he comes here and he can't even score on a breakaway when he's all by himself and he has such good hands. I mean, Hunter is your 4th liner, and I mean, granted, he's a great player and deserves to be on higher than the 4th line, but he scored on a breakaway opportunity. And Anthony Duclair can't. Like, how does that's really reflects really bad on him. I think overall the biggest problem Anthony being a bad player is just sort of should be a thing on his own and just sort of should bother himself, but it's crippling our entire team, honestly, because of the fact that he plays on the top line, which is also our top power play line, unit, whatever you want to call it, because he plays with Mueller and Fisher, and they are always on the top for, you know, PK, for power play, so he's automatically conjoined at the hip to them, just like Brendan Perlini was. And unfortunately, he just has absolutely no chemistry with the two of them. Previously, before Duclair was there, they played with Michael Bunting, did really good, but even before that, who they played with was Brendan Perlini, who is now doing so great at the NHL level, and I'm super proud, but ever since then, I mean, just things haven't been the same, and it's because not many people can play like Brendan plays, and Anthony Duclair certainly does not. Because the way that Brendan played was that he has sniper tendencies, so he could go sit in the circle and he could sort of be your Alex Ovechkin, your Tarasenko, be ready to shoot. But on the power play, lots of times what he would do, and even on 5-on-5 play, he would go to the net. And he could have that net front presence because, I mean, he's over 6 foot, and he's a pretty I wouldn't say he's like a big guy, but I mean he's a good sized net front presence where you can get in front of the goaltender. And he was just so good at deflections. I mean, I remember multiple times during the games I'd be like, look at Joe Pavelski over there, because he was just like great net front presence, and I was really proud of that. And that was a reason we could score so many goals. Anthony Duclair, on the otherwise, not so much. Sniper tendencies, I guess, even though I haven't seen him like shoot very well or at all, or I don't think I've seen like a single shot on goal by him. Honestly, like in the time that he's been here, I haven't seen like a quality shot to actually remember. All I see is like giveaways and, you know, bad turnovers. So like literally nothing good. I don't have anything good in my memory about Anthony Duclair, to be honest. And I'm not saying that Duclair really has to be Brendan Perlini 2.0 or anything like that, but I think he just has to be a more versatile player if he's going to play on this top line. If not, I don't know why he's just not moved down to the second line. I mean, I'm just really upset that, like, this kid is obviously not fitting in these 3 home games that we've had. We've lost all of them. So, I mean, you need to look back and think about, like, what can we do to change our lines? Top line, flat, can't do anything. Shots just aren't, you know, it's just the puck isn't going their way. And, you know, like when Fisher has the puck, he's getting good shots. Mueller has the puck, he's getting good shots. But when Duclair is out there, he's just turning it over. And it's hard for Mueller and Fisher to work when it's just the two of them. While granted they have perfect chemistry together, it's just not going to work. And Anthony Duclair is just really hindering the team. I honestly don't understand why he's here. I just would rather have him go in like the ECHL. I mean, that would destroy his morale, which is already a problem, I can tell, but as a Roadrunners fan, it's really hard to see this, and just, it's a business. I need to have good players on my team, and he's not a good player. And dare I say he should be dealt? I don't know. I mean, this sophomore slump is terrible. I think your sophomore year should be the biggest sort of, because like your rookie year is one thing, it's sort of like when you're new and you're flashy and, you know, you're probably going to do good because you have like all this boosted morale and all that. And I think your sophomore year is when everybody expects you to slump, and how you do that year, I think, reflects on who you are as a person and as a player. Like for Artemi Panarin, for example, had an incredible rookie year, and he's doing incredible again this year. So what does that say about him? He's a great player. Same with Connor McDavid. I mean, we can't really, you know, you see a lot from those guys, and you can tell they're good players because they're doing good. You know, they did good that year, and now they're doing good the year that everybody expects them to fail. And what's Anthony Duclair doing? He's failing the year that we expect him to fail. So that's concerning, to say the least. Honestly, I just want to sum this up in saying that I am super frustrated with Anthony Duclair, and I want to see sort of an end to this. I want to see something change. I want lines done. I want him scratched, something. I want to see the Roadrunners win again, honestly. I mean, it's been 3 games, big deal. Like, yeah, you know, and I could be like an Edmonton fan a few years ago or a Maple Leafs fan a few years ago, and I could be suffering constantly. But, like, this is enough for me. Like, you know, 3 games, like, or now our 5-game losing streak. I mean, this is enough for me to, like, put my foot down and say this is quite enough. And we need to change it. So I'm really sorry it's had to be such a Debbie Downer video after I haven't recorded in a while, but I just haven't had the time. Just typical, you know, same old, same old. Want to be recording and uploading about once every 2 weeks or once every week. So I'm sort of on pace for that right now. But, you know, I sort of miss recording videos and all that. It's fun regardless, you know, it's always going to be fun, even if it takes a lot of time between, you know, recording and editing and all that fun stuff. But I really enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy this. I know probably quite a few of you don't know a lot about the Roadrunners, so I hope you learned something about them and how much I love them and all that jazz. So I guess I'll probably make a video on my experiences when the Roadrunners are up in Gila River, which is in Glendale, which is where the Coyotes play, in case you do not know. We'll be playing the Charlotte Checkers, so I will let y'all know about that experience, if it's interesting or anything. Personally, I'm super excited. Goaltending for them. Delkovich and Eddie Lack right now, apparently. Super excited to see them. So I hope you guys have a great night, morning, day, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. Have a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're interested, click subscribe down below. Thank you guys.